bet you've never seen this before. Black Forest pastrami, smoked cheddar cheese, and homemade apple slaw, all stuffed between two fresh baked waffles. No, you're not dreaming, you're just eating at Fuze Bistro. Located inside an old firehouse in downtown Lowell, Fuze Bistro serves unexpected food in an unlikely setting. And ever since owners Melissa Haley and Scott Pelletier lit this fuse, the flavors have been exploding from every plate.
They didn't have anything like this in Lowell when we opened about a year and a half ago, and we've just had a great reaction from all the locals.
And now folks from all over are flocking to Fuze for their fresh, seasonal comfort foods with a twist. And of course, for that pastrami waffle sandwich.
I'd been doing chicken and waffles for dinner, and then my sous chef and I were bouncing some ideas off. She's like, oh, I really want some pastrami. And I'm like, oh, I really kind of like the waffles. So then we came up with an idea to heat up the pastrami, melt some cheese on it, put on some apple slaw, and then we put it all between two honey Dijon waffles. It's kind of cool because you get the crunchy waffle, and then you get the like melty cheese, and then you get the like crisp, acidic Granny Smith apple bite.
And as you might imagine, customers are always blown away as soon as they see it.
A waffle sandwich? Really? There's really waffles on the sandwich? Yes, that's what the bread is waffles. At first when they get it, it's such a large sandwich that they look at it like, wow, this is amazing. How am I gonna eat this? But they figure it out and there's not really much left to the plate.
When it comes to appetizers, Fuze makes it hard to choose. There are crisp spring rolls served in a Chinese takeout box, warm fondue bubbling with 3 cheeses and served with focaccia, apples, and sweet potato fries for dipping, and grilled thin crust pizza that's always nice and crispy.
I don't like a soggy pizza, like when you pick it up and it's like all soggy and wet. So I like a thin, crisp crust. Really good ingredients on the top, really good mozzarella, really good Parmesan Reggiano, and then some ripe tomatoes from Maine, and then some fresh basil. And like, that's it, but that's all it needs.
For something with a little zip, the chicken wings at Fuze deliver just the right amount of heat.
I call them a zippy chicken wings, because they're not real spicy. I don't want something that's gonna burn your mouth off. I want you to be able to like take some heat and have fun with it, but not like you can't taste anything else for 2 hours after that.
And you'll definitely want your taste buds intact for this dish. It's like 2 appetizers in one, pairing moist Kobe meatballs and homemade extra gooey mozzarella sticks.
These are really kind of nice, so when you bite into them, you get like the gooey cheese. You better be careful because it could like string and pull away from you, so you better like really kind of bite through the crunch, otherwise you may be pulling it forever.
Appetizers at Fuze check in at $10 or less, and most entrees are well below $20. But there's no bigger bargain on the menu than their juicy Cape Cod Crunch Burger.
Our burger is $9, and we make our own fries, we make our own barbecue sauce, we put it on the burger when it's cooked, and then we melt smoked cheddar on it, and then we put potato chips on it. So when you put the whole thing together and eat it, it's kind of awesome. You get the soft bun, but then you get the crackle of the chips too.
And for some more crunch, the fried chicken and waffles are a good bet. And just like every dish here, it's a little different than the standard version you'd find at other restaurants.
We make our waffle, and then I spice it with some pumpkin puree, and then the chicken I marinate overnight with some hot sauce and buttermilk, and then we get a really crisp fry on that, and then we tie it all together. We make our own pepper jelly, which is kind of sweet and spicy at the same time, and then we put a cool red eye gravy on top.
So there's a little bit of sweet and savory, a little bit of spice, and it's all very well balanced and goes well together. And who doesn't like chicken and waffles? It's comforting.
To round out your meal, Fuze mixes up all kinds of creative cocktails made with alcohols infused in-house. But no trip here would be complete without dessert, specifically this ice cream cookie sandwich. And yes, it tastes as good as it looks.
We make toffee cookies, and then we make some really cool salted caramel ice cream, and then we'll stack that, and then we put our warm house-made hot fudge all over that, and then a little bit of whipped cream, and then we garnish it with a peanut brittle right on the top. Someone looks at that and they say, wow, and once one goes out, we know we better get ready, because then every other table that sees it is going to order one.
In fact, there's plenty of plate envy here, because there's always something new coming out of the kitchen, which keeps customers coming back for a taste of the deliciously different.
Everyone can have a burger, but we have our crunch burger. Everybody could have chicken and waffles, but they don't have a waffle sandwich. And they just keep coming back because there's always something new for them to try. And I don't want people to ever get bored with Fuze, and I don't really think they'll be able to.